With the new patch dropping today, we wanted to go over all of the mounts you can get from the new continent, the Siren Isles. We'll be talking about 4 of them specifically, but do keep in mind the majority of the information given today were gathered during PTR, so some of the things might have gotten changed. The first mount we'll talk about is going to be the Prismatic Snapdragon.
Near our central hub at Flotsam Shoal, there's a small Snapdragon just off to the side next to Zessel Finger Snap, which is going to be this goblin surrounded by Snapdragons. The first quest we can pick up from it is called a Lifeline, given by the starving Snapdragon runt. And all we'll have to do is speak to Zessel Fingersnap and ask us to help us feed the Snapdragon. He'll give us a Kaja Cola braised meat, and from there we'll unlock a daily quest we can pick up from the small starving Snapdragon. Similar to Lizzie's Reigns, we'll unlock a quest every day, so we'll have to do up to 10 daily quests in total, and at the end of this we will get the mount. As a PTR testing, the majority of the daily quests we'll get from the Snapdragon is going to be meat we can gather in the Siren Isles. And it seems that every 2 or 3 days, the Snapdragon will start to grow up or get bigger each time we feed it meat. On the 10th and final day, we'll be given a quest, a loyal friend from that Snapdragon we've been feeding for the past week, and upon turning it in, we will get the mount itself. And what's unique about this mount is that apparently we'll be able to change the color of the Prismatic Snapdragon depending on what treat we give them. Along with the reward of the mount, we'll be given this item called the Teal Snapdragon Treat, which upon using it will feed it to the Snapdragon, and they will now take the color of the teal color variant when summoned.
Now, we were only able to find one of these treats during PTR, and that was the Sandy Snapdragon Treat, which changed the color of our mount to this muddy or sandy color variant. We tried other sources, but perhaps since the patch is live today, the other treats are available, since during PTR we tried just about everything but couldn't get another treat to drop. Now, the sandy treat was looted from opening the Seafarer's caches, which is found around the Siren Isles, usually underwater or by the coasts, but we managed to get it on our second chest. Granted, it could have a high drop chance or we just got lucky, but do let me know in the comments down below how many caches you guys had to open before you got your hands on the sandy treat. Now, once you do get a treat, Zessel Fingersnap will now sell that treat color for 10 flame blessed iron each, and it's worth mentioning that these treats will not drop unless you have the Snapdragon mount in your wares.
The next mount on the list is called Thrayir, Eyes of the Siren. During the Sea Fury Tempest event, we'll want to go into the Forgotten Vault, and once inside, we'll want to head to the eastern room where there's a ritual currently happening. Take note that this ritual won't be present or phased in properly if we're outside of the storm. Upon arriving, we'll see the body of the mount surrounded by 5 runestones. We'll want to activate all of them to be able to revive the mount Thrayir, and to be able to revive it, we'll have to bring 5 corresponding rune keys to each of the stones. And take note, we'll have to do this during an active storm event to use the keys on the stones. It's also worth noting that it's possible that these locations I'm about to share for each key might get changed when the patch goes live. So we'll want to collect the following rune keys: the Turbulent Rune Key, the Whirling Rune Key, Cyclonic Rune Key, Torrential Rune Key, and the Thunderous Rune Key. The Turbulent Rune Key requires us to collect 3 fragments which are scattered around the island. The first is going to be on this garden near this abandoned inn, which is on the center west part of the map. The second rune key is on the southeast side of the map, inside the Rotting Hole, which is this cave by the hillside. As for the third and final key, we'll be able to find it in the Spirit Scarred Cave. It'll be this yellow crystal held in the hands of the ghost. It's also worth noting that these are only found during the Sea Fury's Tempest phase. Now, as for the Whirling Rune Key, it drops from the rare Sphere the Forgotten, located in the southernmost part room of the Forgotten Vault. Take note that in order for the rare to drop the key, we'll have to defeat them during the storm, and it will be a guaranteed drop. Now for the Cyclonic Rune Key, it will drop from Zekul the Shipbreaker, found in Deadfin Mire. Upon testing, it did take me up to 3 attempts before it finally dropped for me, so we can safely assume that it does not have a 100% drop chance, but since the rares do have a relatively short respawn timer, this could take up to half an hour for you to get the key, depending on your luck of course and RNG. As for the Torrential Rune Key, it has a low drop chance from pretty much any storm-touched mob, So from elites, the rares, or normal mobs during the Sea Fury Tempest phase. Lastly, for the Thunderous Rune Key, this one needs a total of 5 fragments, which we can get from both inside and out of the storm. We can either collect the big chests spread around the zone, which are the Rune Storm chest, led to us by the wind spiraling out from our character, or by farming the Seafarer's caches, which are found all over the island. Once we have all 5, and then head to the ritual site. We'll want to reactivate each of the pillar, and upon completion, we'll get a quest from the mount itself. Turning that in will give us the mount. Now, as for the next mount, we'll be able to buy it from Soweezi, a vendor in the Siren Isles, selling us tropical and beach transmogs, as well as another goblin Waveshredder mount. The mount itself will cost about 10,000 flame blessed iron, so if you are a mount collector, it'd be advisable to save up for this, but luckily, the currency is transferable between our characters, so once the patch goes live, we can look to farm Flame Blessed Iron by unlocking the Siren Isles multiple times with our alts. While I was getting footage and gathering data for the video, I was surprised to find out that it took me a total of 4 characters to get up to 10,000 Blessed Iron, and that's just doing the main content. Each of them did the introductory quest line of the Siren Isles, as well as the weekly quests, and that's just about an hour or 2 hours of game time, so it was relatively easy to get this amount. The last mount on the list is going to be a boat mount called the Breaker's Song, which is an achievement-based mount. Along with the Siren Isles continent, there's an achievement called I'll Remember You, which requires us to complete the meta achievements related to completing content in the Siren Isles. We'll have another video going over how to complete the meta achievements, so we'll leave this as that.
But that's all the information we have of all the mounts. We're looking into the other treats for the Prismatic Snapdragon in order to change its color, so do keep in touch for that video when it does go up within the week.
Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.